Hey guys, what's up? Pimmarthroy here, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. In the last episode, Ike finally got his class changed to Lord, but story-wise, and more importantly, we have managed to get through that wall down there. Yeah, that one right there. Thank you, Dot, for explaining. We have gotten our first victory, and gone past the wall that was the border between Benyon and Dayan, so now we are officially into Dayan, claiming our first victory as the real commander of the Crimean army. So in this case, we move on. Torgarn was a vast wall containing Dayan's border. Manned by battalions of well-trained soldiers, it was long thought impenetrable. Yet under the strength of the Crimean army under General Ike's leadership, far outstrips Dayan expectations and Torgarn falls. Yeah, overconfidence, that happens a lot. Learning of Gallia's increasing interest in this war, Ike wastes no time ordering his troops further into the heart of Dayan. The gears of history, which had come to a halt with the fall of Crimea, slowly creaked to life once more. Chapter 19, Entrusted. This was the stage I thought might have been the last one, but thankfully it was not. But now the time has come for it. So we got a conversation going on between Patrine and Nasawa. Hey buddy, what's going on? So yes, Crimea's army breached. Man, we already went past that. Well, you can't really get angry at him. He's dead, so... I mean, you can, but there's nothing you can do to penalize him for it. Surely it's not the general's fault alone. He was told that Crimea's army was weak and that Torgarn was impregnable. Yeah, exactly, and yet he was defeated. Hubris! As Proton John would say. So much hubris. Regardless of the previous battle's outcome, Crimea's army will be stopped here. I will be taking the field myself. Kivos will always stand a day inside, as long as we receive our payment, of course. If gold is all it takes, then may our friendship never end. Jeez. Homasa! That guy kinda looks like Stefan, doesn't he? Work with King Kivos and put a stop to Crimea's army. No screw-ups, or else. Leave it to me, General. I'll not suffer another failure, King Kivos. You must finish them and do so quickly. Are we clear? See you later, Patrine. Nothing like allies that don't trust each other. That's a good thing to have during a war, right? Yep, there we go. New allies. And MVP was Ike, somehow. I guess he got the most kills, because I gave him a lot of setups for kills, so that makes sense, I suppose. Alright, did we in fact finally get what I'm looking for, because we're getting closer to that stage that I want? Yeah. Still nothing, really? Maybe I actually have to do this support conversation, that might be why. Of course, Mist has 2 right now. Or no, Rolf has almost Shinna. Okay, never mind. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this, and then just keep Mist. I might keep her off the battlefield completely for this fight, next fight, and for good reason too, not just to avoid the supports. Because I made it. I'm glad you like it. You made this? It's called Mist's Magical Meat. Okay, I have a confession to make about Meatloaf. I actually really like it, and everybody else I know hates it. Hates Meatloaf with like an utter passion, but I actually really like Meatloaf a lot. Right next to me, I'm a Dayan soldier. No, you're not. You're not a Dayan soldier, man. You're not fighting on Dayan's side. Whatever. Not a bad person. I want to be your friend, and you make it really hard. And by it, you may... No. JFK impersonating from Clone High. But, come on. I mean, that was pretty obvious right there. Rolf and Shinnon, this conversation will always happen no matter what, so... Uncle Shinnon! Wait, Uncle Shinnon! What do you want, Rolf? Tee-hee-hee. Look at this. What are you showing me this? It's just a piece of bent wood. No, Shinnon, it's a bow! You gave me my first bow, and I wanted to return the favor. I'm making it one whittle at a time. I know it's not exactly the best-looking weapon out there, but I hope you'll use it. Maybe if I overhauled it, I may be able to call it a bow. This thing is gonna break the first time I fire it. You want me to be unarmed on the battlefield? Is that it? I don't... Look, to begin with, you used the wrong kind of wood. This is much too hard and inflexible. Remember the bow I made for you? It didn't look like this, did it? But I worked so hard, it should be just like yours. Not even close. Oh, crud. Don't start bawling. Look, let me give you a quick lesson. What? Yay, promise? Oh, I'm so happy. I love you, Unky Shinnon. Yeah, it's a promise. Now quit clinging to me like a lost dog. Hey, seriously, Rolf. So yes, they mentioned this in, I believe, the sequel as well. Shinnon is not only Rolf's teacher in how to use a bow, but also how to make them as well. So, kind of an interesting little bit. I believe later on they tell, somebody tells Ike a little thing about how Rolf will make bows and sell them for money to the convoy. And while he is good, he's still no match for, quote-unquote, the master himself, which is, of course, Shinnon. So, kind of interesting. In addition, we also get this support if you recruited both Shinnon and Gatry, and they're both still alive, of course. Maybe I should... Oh, or then again, I could... No, I won't. That won't do. Hey! Oh, hey, Shinnon! What the heck are you doing? It's really annoying. Shh, it's a secret. Whatever, see you around. But wait, I'm joking! Stop being so mean and listen for a second. I will if you buy me dinner tonight. Oh, alright, but you better give me good advice. Of course. So what's on your mind? I can already tell he's just totally screwing with him. I'm thinking about the reward that we're going to get. I'm not sure what to do with it. Up to you. Spend it however you please. But every time I spend money, you give me a hard time. I do? How? What about the other day when I bought the ultimate shield? Okay, this is just a general rule of RPGs. Anything that is called ultimate or ultima isn't. You can find something better. Gatry, that was a castle gate. Hey, did you ever get that back? The guard thought you were a thief. I remember the secret, or remember the Speedbring 4000, that secret elixir that boosts speed just by sprinkling it over your body? You mean that putrid snake oil? You dumped the whole bottle on your head without even smelling it first. But that wonderful little potion worked. I did move faster. You moved faster because 30 stray dogs were chasing you. See, you're giving me a hard time again. Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Wow, it sure is fun to tell you the truth and have you grumble at me in return. No, I didn't mean to... sorry. You're too honest sometimes. Alright, let's go eat. Now that's spending wisely. Yeah, that's... Wait a minute, Shinnon, you didn't help me at all. This isn't part of the deal. Oh, Shinnon, I love your sarcasm. It's so wonderful. Info. We'll start with Jill last. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. I hate the cold. Can you be able to fly? Yes, of course I can fly. These wings aren't just for looks, you know? Looks like someone taught you, man. You could have fooled me. What are our chances for victory? I would... Well, yeah. Numbers-wise, probably still an advantage. But I would say pretty darn great since I'm commanding this. If we lose, how am I ever going to show my face in Phoenix again? There's a man and Dame that I need to find, and I would be the last thing to say. Gee, one guess what that is, or who that is. There's some weaklings back home that I don't even want to call hawks. I love to stick them back in their eggs and start over from scratch. You know, like a metaphor. Yeah, I was going to say they probably don't actually do that. Haven't done that for generations. I figured the egg thing was a joke, but I had no idea that it ever actually happened. Bird tribes, go figure. Go figure. What's up, Uki? That's considerate. Yeah, he'll be fine, dude. Have you seen his stats? He's not going anywhere. Titania and Soren handle all the little details, and that's what keeps us from collapsing into chaos. Everyone just does what's needed. Yeah, you'd be surprised how often people just don't do small things around and how much it would help overall if everyone did. Whatever. In Lagoose society, the strongest become king. Unlike the Bjork kingship is not tied to blood, so we have no weak kings. No, I agree, dude. Choosing a ruler by strength instead of by birth makes much more sense. Like, how we do it kind of works, but, you know, at the same time, going through bloodlines, we've already proven that that does not work, especially if there's inbreeding. It doesn't work. Not even a little. Since Bjork also choose generals by bloodline, their competition is uneven. That's a weakness of Bjork armies. That is true. See, that's also why Ike is probably one of the better generals, too, is he's not chosen by blood, and they made that quite clear, that he was given peerage by Alencia. No matter how strong the individuals are, their strength is worthless if they're weak as a unit. Yep, that's very true. And lastly, our 2-star, which is Jill. I landed right on my butt. The snow's cold. Yeah, I'll bet it is. Since you're wearing short shorts, it probably went straight up your butt, too. What is she doing? Whatever. It must be nice to be so cheerful. Hey, Har. You seem like a cool dude. You got an eye patch. You wear black. Yeah, you seem like my kind of guy. This is an enemy camp. Been trying to track you since you disappeared at Toa. Yeah, because she got onto the or chased after the ship. Figured you were off chasing after the crime mans. I never imagined that you would join up with them. Well, at first it was just circumstance. Yeah, that is true. She's with him because she wants to be. Spending time with him and coming to contact Lagoons has shown me what a fool I've been. I never thought I would hear that word from someone who once said subhuman with such absolute hatred. Sounds like you've had some good experience. I knew that if anyone would understand, it would be you, Captain. So you're forming your own set of values for the first time. That's good. That's very, very good. Exactly. Yeah, we already had this conversation, but yeah, form your own values. Don't just accept at face value other people's values. If you keep moving forward, you're going to face General Shirahim before long. Causing trouble from my father was never my intent. However, as a member of this army, I will face him with shoulders straight and my head held high. I know, that's why we need that A support. Ugh. Alright. Next time we meet is be his enemy. Prepare yourself and get some rest. Rest. That's like the running joke with Har, though. He's like constantly trying to get sleep whenever he can. So yes, Jill trained in the Dayan army. She will be fighting against her own countrymen. So yeah, something important to note, that Jill will in fact be fighting in Dayan territory, and she is, you know, she grew up in Dayan, trained under Dayan, so might not be a bad idea to just keep her at the base camp just while we're in Dayan. That really only applies to one chapter, and it is not this one. I believe it might be it's either 20 or 21, I don't remember which, but we need to try to get that A support soon, because if not, then, well, we're screwed, basically. And for me, showing off what I wanted to show off. I'm gonna go ahead and take the... No, not the longsword. I'm gonna go ahead and... Should I take the... I'm not gonna need it for this chapter, though. Let's take the longsword, I guess. I really don't know. Well, if your bows are kind of running out, so I'm gonna swap you out for... Let's actually go to the store. Not that store, that store. Good lord, dude. Silver bow. Ooh. Can Rolf use the silver bow? No, he's just short of it. Dang it, I was really hoping he could. I'll go and buy a couple of these and put them in the... No, don't give us a Tormod. Like, he could use a bow, whatever. Axe is not important. Silver Lance, I'll go and buy a couple of these and throw them in the convoy. Same thing with some silver swords. They'll probably keep showing up, but just in case they don't for at least a few chapters, then I can go ahead and do that. But, I was looking for, yeah, a steel bow. No, not that. One that wouldn't be low on weapon levels. I'm gonna go ahead and buy another one, though, and give it to, if I can find him, Shinin. I'll give him the silver bow as well, which I don't think he can use either, but either way. Actually, can he? He might be able to. Yeah, he totally can. He's at weapon level A. Sweet. Okay. So yes, I am actually going to be using Shinin. I'm not going to go over his stats, because we kind of already did. It's a tough call. Let's see. Let's go with the longbow, I guess, for now. If it doesn't work out, then we won't have to worry about it. Is there any equip item he could use? I know he can't use the archer band, because Rolf has that. No, it doesn't look like. Alright, whatever. He does have provoke, so remember enemies are going to be provoked into attacking him. Quote-unquote, first. I don't know what the odds on that are, or what it is, but yeah, provoke will enable him to attack first, if you want to have it on him. If you don't, it's fine. Okay, that looks fine. I am actually going to... Oh, wait, no, that's not what I'm going to do. Give that back, and swap it out for... Can't use physics yet, we're not there, but let's go ahead and swap it out for men, because that's more powerful, which we probably don't need, but it's also got more uses on it, so we'll go ahead and do that. Nephany was running kind of low as well. Let's go ahead and put this Iron Lance back and swap it out for steel, which she can actually use now. Actually, no, I'm going to take the Javelin. Actually, you know what we should do? Because we haven't been doing it a lot. Let's forge a weapon. We got plenty of money to do this. Let's just forge a Throwing Lance. There we go. Let's just drop the weight a little bit. Well, what's the default on it? 11? Let's put it at 9. No, don't change the name, but we are going to give her that. So she'll have a better throwing weapon as well. She's up at C, so she's getting close to being able to use stuff like the spear and really good stuff. I'll probably go ahead and use that iron bow and let it break next round. Nope, that's not what I was trying to do. Is there any... Not really. Okay, we'll just leave you with that then. Oscar, you're alright. Mia is okay. Where's she at? She's at A. Okay, she could use a silver weapon. Let's go ahead and do that. You don't need 2 iron swords. We'll do that and swap it out for a silver sword. Racing does come with an elixir, by the way, so if you were wondering where another one came from, that's where. As for you, we can put these up. Don't need any of those. Tanith, I am actually going to take you into this next fight because of your ability. So let's go ahead and give you this. Let's take an actual weapon in here. We're probably not going to need it, but take an actual sword in here. Don't use a freaking sonic sword. Good grief. Heck, take an actual lance while you're at it. Just something. I might hang on to that short spear because that's a pretty decent weapon. Okay, aside from that, I think we're good in items. Go to skills. Okay, now that we've already shown off Ike's regular attacks, his special ability from Occult is Ether. No, it is not Ether. It's got an A in the front, so this is Ether, not Ether. In certain instances, triggers both Soul and Luna consecutively. We definitely want this for Ike. Like, you want this for Ike very badly. So, yeah, it does use up almost all its capacity, so you can only afford other really small things, but Ether is very, very good. You've seen what Soul does, or I've mentioned what Soul does. Basically, it's an attack that whatever damage you do, you'll get back in health. Luna is an attack that is generally, I believe is given to generals and maybe one other, but I believe just generals. It basically makes it to where the attack will negate the enemy's defense. But Ether actually does both in one attack, so if you're attacking with the ×2, you might get Ether twice, so you would actually get 4 attacks, and 2 of those would be negating damage, so it's more so the Luna that's more important than Soul, but Soul helps too. But either way, it is a very, very good skill to have, so would highly recommend that. Let's see, what else do we have? Could give Stun to Jill, maybe. I still don't know what to do with that other Occult. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, okay, so the Halberdiers can get it. Reduces enemy defense by half. Well, that's still good, though, for, like, really high defense units. That can be very useful. Wrath, Adept, and Gambit. We don't want to put Adept on. Is there anybody that's got... Yeah. Well, no. That'd be 2 Adepts. I thought he had Vantage. Does anybody in my group have Vantage? Mia does. There we go. Vantage Adept combo. Beautiful. One of my favorite. You'll notice that Racin's capacity is also 40, which I never mentioned that, but kind of ridiculous how much you can get out of that. I can't use Roar if I keep Guard. Number of units HP are at half or less. Leaf has a lot of HP, so that might actually not be too bad. So the thing about Wrath that's bad about it is your HP has to be low, but since Leaf has a lot of HP, half HP for her would be like, you know, still 20, and her HP is going to stay very high. So Wrath might not be too bad for her, so we'll go ahead and do that. As for that last one, let's see, who can we use that we have left? We could give it to Shinnon or Rolf and just give them Deadeye. I don't think Vulcan. No, because he gets that. He has a class change that's actually based on the story as well. Forgot about that. Could give it to Oscar. We could still give it to Rolf. We could give it to Jill. I'm thinking Rolf, though. Oh, I don't know. Getting that. As for that gamble skill, though, like, I'm not gonna use it. I know I won't. So just get rid of it. I am not a gambling man, because you guys have seen my luck before. It's awful. So, no, I'm not a gambling man. EXP, this primarily needs to go to Ike. I'm gonna try to give Ike 1 level in the bonus experience per round for at least a little while. I'm not going to go overboard with him, but he does need to, we do need to try to get him up a little bit higher, primarily in strength, but apparently that's not going to happen. and then the rest of it's going to go to Mist, because I want her to class change. It doesn't have to happen really, really soon, but the sooner the better, of course. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this as well. She wasn't going to get a full level out of that anyway, so yeah, we'll do this. Because like I said, I'm going to try to use Racing as well, but... And even when Mist class changes, she still is going to need that bonus experience. It's just, the class change helps a lot, primarily because she gets, I think, either +3, it might even be +4 in movement. And so that's actually a very big deal. One more time, and I think we're good. Oh, right, you're going to need to take either Janeth or Ulki into this fight as well, so... I think I ran out of... Yeah, I did run out of those. Okay. One moment. Yeah, go ahead and give one more. Might as well. Is Ulki really the better choice? I'm trying to think. Yeah, he probably is. Yeah, because we can time it out. Okay, yeah, Ulki is definitely the better choice. If you're wondering why I'm saying Ulki is the better choice for this, it's because his defense is 14, Janeth has 11. That's the main reason why. It's not for an offensive thing, it's basically one of those talk to a unit and back really far away from them and try not to get killed type of things. This is a very dangerous map if you're playing it the way I intend to. Because you really only get one of two options here. And while my option is the more dangerous, if it works correctly, then it's the better option. So, leave base? Yes. And then readjust to my chair. Which you get to hear that lovely squeaking noise. I need to oil it up so it doesn't do that. But, yeah. Oh, right, and the Ballista are here too. Yeah, we're going to need Tanith for sure. This Ballista are obnoxious. Okay. Oh, hi. So, General, it looks like there's a lot of enemy soldiers ahead. Mostly Dan, but there's some crows from Kilvis as well. Yeah, there's a lot, but the most troubling thing is that King Kilvis is with them. Yeah. Compared to the other crows, the king is in a class. Yeah, that is entirely true. Obviously, he's no match for our king, but you should move carefully. An entire unit under the command of King Kilvis, I think that bodes ill for us. The outcome of the battle hinges on how we deal with him. That is very true. So, fellow bird tribe Lagoos, what can you tell us about him? Please don't lump us together with those carry-on birds. We're not partial to the crows. And Raisin just has no comment at all. He's still really miffed. Is there any way to get the ravens to withdraw? That would be a tremendous help. Yes, it would. Well, I suppose I could go meet with King Kilvis if I had to. I don't think my speaking to him is going to make a difference, though. If you like, we will try, but don't expect anything to come of it. No matter the circumstance, I will never again speak to a crow. Man. No matter what we decide, sitting here like this is giving the enemy more time to prepare. Yep, we gotta get going, man. Alright, so, 13 units to pick from. There are two options to this fight. Let's go ahead and look at the board real quick. The goal is to defeat the boss, and the boss is Homasa, not Naysala. It's this guy up here, Homasa. He's not incredibly crazy strong. He's a Swordmaster level 11, but his stats are not that good for being a level 11 Swordmaster. You would kind of expect better from that. Despite the fact he looks very similar to Stefan, the green hair, the Swordmaster choice, and everything, he is not recruitable. I honestly thought the first time I saw him, I was like, oh, I need to talk to him with Stefan, because I bet he's recruitable. He's not. This guy is not recruitable at all. I honestly thought he would be, but no, he's not recruitable at all. There's no recruitable character on this entire board, so you don't have to bring anybody recruitment-wise. However, there is another important thing to go over. Once again, going back to viewing the map, there are 3 ballista. You've got 1 down here and then 2 that are up on the hills. So you're going to need a flying unit to take out the other 2. You don't have to, but it helps a lot. Just keep in mind that they are on ballista, and each of those is going to have 5 shots, and they're relatively accurate. What this guy's doing up here, I honestly couldn't tell you. But the ballista are the primary reason you will want Tanith's reinforced ability, because they will probably go after the units that are the weakest, and Jill or any of your other flying units, hopefully at this point, are far, far stronger than Tanith's reinforced Pegasus Knights and Falcon Knights. So, aside from the Raven King himself, he will only move to attack you once you get close enough to him, but we will deal with him whenever we get there. choosing your units. If you want to do this the easier way of the two, you're not going to need a Thief, so I'm going to go ahead and take Volk out of this. You are going to want Rayson and either Janeth or Ulki. You don't have to have both, you just need one of the two. So I'm going to take Ulki because, like I said, higher defense and higher HP as well. As you can see, if I move over, they both have the option to talk when they solid. Rayson does not, though. We'll get into that whenever we get closer to that point, but they both have the option to do so. So, you will want them. As for anybody else, it's really up to you. Frail units are not safe on this board. I will go ahead and warn you of that right now. They're not safe even in the slightest. So, would not recommend units that are weak like that. Mist, really, to be honest, Soren's not incredibly safe on this map either. He can get knocked out pretty easily. So, you might want to watch out for that. At the same time, he's my only healer. So, might want to take him in regardless, and I probably will end up doing so. That means I have to bench one other player because I want to take in Tanith for certain. Let's do that so I get a better view of who all I've got. Do plan on taking him. Okay, I have to take Oscar. I'm willing to bench. I'm willing to bench Mia. Don't want to bench Leith or Jill. Yeah, I don't want to bench Leith because I need to get that support, so it's either Mia or Oscar again, sitting on the bench. I've put Oscar on the bench too many times, and even though her dodge is better, Mia's got lower health, and Oscar's just a better all-rounder, so we'll take out Mia and swap her out for Tanith. That's the best option. I'm not going to be using Ulki long-term. It's just for this stage, so don't worry about that. As for where we're putting everybody, Tanith is literally just going to be sitting in the back reinforcing, so she can hang way back. Rayson will keep near the back. We have to move them forward as well. Soren will keep near the back. Obviously, movement priority. This is going to be a problem, because I need to keep Leith and Jill close together, but I also need their support, but I also need Jill to get up here. It's kind of a weird thing to try to mix together. I know with Shinnon that does give us 3 archers, but really these 2 are grounded archers, so they play a little bit different. And I kind of like having Shinnon, mostly because of his sarcastic personality, and even though it has nothing to do with the actual battlefield. Well, I don't know. Maybe we should take him out. Yeah, let's go ahead and take him out. I kind of wanted to use him, but no, which is a good thing also that I did not use the Deadeye skill on him. I think we'll just go ahead and keep him out. I didn't realize Rolf was going to be that strong. I figured he'd be a little bit strong, but after taking another look at the stats, Rolf is just going to be better. And we've got Astrid anyway. If you didn't use Astrid for God knows why, then, yeah, take in Shinnon maybe. Alright, at this point I'm going to assume that I have cut back in because this is actually a second take and it's like a completely different day. Believe it or not, and I'll probably show a little clip of it right here, I got all the way through this level and then the boss got a critical on me and killed me. Well, it wasn't a game over, but since I'm trying to avoid losing into my units, it was a critical that ended up killing, I don't know who, I think it was Jill. Not 100% certain, but we'll go ahead and roll that clip now. Yeah, needless to say, I was not too thrilled with that, especially since this is one of the more annoying maps, but on this retake you can have a quick look at who I'm choosing. I'm bringing Ike, Zahark, Soren, Nefni, Rolf, Jill, Leith, Astrid, Rayson, Mia, Oscar, Tanith, and Ulki. Despite the fact that most Laguz units do not have a ranged attack, Naysala actually does. If you can't find it, because it's his skill, Vortex. This attacks with the same effect as Wind, so he actually does have a range of 2. It will be used, I believe this counts as his magic power, so it will be less damage than his physical attack, but it still hurts quite a bit. And remember, his speed is also still 31, so he'll probably be going twice against whatever unit he's using that on. So, the plan for this map is primarily to get rid of these 2 Ballista, then lure Naysala out, and there's a way to clear him off the field, which I will explain when we get closer. despite the fact that this map is full of ballista, you actually want to go relatively quickly. One other thing is the boss here does not move. These guys over here will, but these three back here will not, and the boss himself will not move. He is not recruitable. He looks a lot like Stefan, but no, not recruitable. Believe it or not, you are actually going to want to go quickly here, because when you're going through, if you want to pick up the item that Nasala can give you before he leaves the battlefield, you cannot kill any of the ravens. Since their Lagoose gauges are already starting to fill up a little bit, you will need to be pretty quick, because the longer you take, the more they will be in the way, because they'll get up to you, they'll transform, and they'll start attacking you, and if you want that item, you can't counterattack and kill them, so you actually do want to be fast. So I would recommend avoiding, for the most part, units that have low HP or low defense, hence why Mist is not in this level, because I'm not taking her. Soren might not be recommended. Soren's going to be my healer, so I am taking him in, but Soren may not be technically recommended for this. Maybe even Rolf by extension, because they do have relatively low HP. Your Myrmidon units are usually okay because they have higher speed, and Rolf probably by extension is okay because he's got relatively high speed, but just keep in mind you are going to have to watch out for that, so fair warning. Let's go ahead and get started with round 2.